Hello everyone, welcome to my Surviving Angel Insight channel. So, I want to speak tonight on something that I want to see different for 2019. Now, what I'm about to discuss takes more than one video, because you could talk about this topic in so many different ways. So, I'm just going to start on one of the things that I want to discuss really fast. So, in 2019, I want to see more cops, more detectives, more lawyers that are willing to take their pride and ego out their jobs and their minds. And I say that to say because we have so many innocent people who's really, really innocent that's in jail right now today, who's in jail because the cop, the detective, the lawyer has an ego and pride, and they don't want to admit that they was wrong. So instead of admitting they was wrong, they rather keep an innocent person in jail and not give that innocent person a chance to prove their innocence, or because they want to stay right. And that's not right at all. So in 2019, I really want to see the system change. That's why I'm saying it has to be different videos, because there's so many points in the system that I've personally want to see change. So, but I really wanted to talk on that because for me, yes, you got so many people that's in jail who are really not innocent but claiming they innocent. So I can imagine that it does take a lot of money and it takes a lot of time for the guilty people. But what about the innocent people who are actually really in jail? And it's a lot of times it's because of false ID or false confessions. There are so many people that's in jail right now because of false confessions. Now, here's the thing about that. I know that there's so many people that's saying, I would never false confess to anything I did not do. And it's easy for someone to say that until they're in that situation. But ask yourself, what would you do? Okay? If you got picked up for something that you did not do. But you got cops yelling at you, screaming at you, belittling you, keeping you in a room, in a closed room with nothing to eat, nothing to drink for 20 and 30 hours. What would you do? There are some people who are, I don't want to say weak, there are just some people that's just too much. And so they confess because they just wanted to stop, not realizing that even if you innocent, if you can, the point, because you confess to it, nobody's going to want to listen to you. You got so many people who's refusing to actually confess to something they didn't do, and then they get in jail anyway, all because the fact that they didn't confess to something they didn't do. They got cops and detectives and lawyers with egos and pride who want to make an example out of them because they think, well, who do you think you are? And it's ridiculous. So for me, 2019, I want to see the system change in that way. And that's the first thing I want to talk about. So that's going to be another video on another way I want the system to change. But in 2019, I want the system to change that I really want and I hope that cops, detectives, and lawyers actually watch this video and hear what I'm trying to say. I get that your job is important to you. I get that your idea is to make a difference. I get that some of you don't have ego and pride. Some of y'all just seriously, honestly, just made a mistake. The thing is, we need to do more checking. And that's the thing. We just need to do more checking and making sure we're right or we wrong. Because here's the thing. If I'm saying I didn't do it, and you're saying I did do it, why can't we both work together? Because at the end of the day, one or two things is going to happen. Either when we work together and get all the evidence, it's either going to prove that you're right or I'm right. What can it hurt? Nothing. And so that goes for the defense and the prosecutors. Work together. The defense is working legally in the right way, with no ego and pride to prove their client is innocent. The prosecutor with no ego, no pride, and legally in the right way is over there trying to prove that the client is guilty. And if y'all work together, only one of the two things can happen. Either it's going to show that the prosecutor is right or the defense lawyer is right. But it's sad that so many cops get false confessions out of people, and because they think they so good at their job with ego and pride, that they decide to say, well, I'm not going to retest it. And then you know what, and I'm going to also put the judge in this too, because judges also have probably the most ego and the most pride, because they feel like when they gave their ruling or something, and especially if they friends with the prosecutors, they don't want to hear that their prosecutor made a mistake, and they don't want to hear as a judge they made a mistake. So a lot of times the judge will purposely say, oh no, I'm not going to let you retry the DNA. I'm not going to let you retry, and that's wrong. Judges, what's wrong with you? Why can't you let DNA be retested? Because unfortunately, we live in a world where we have so many times where a person was raped. And maybe because at that time someone might just look like someone and they point it the wrong way, and come to find out when DNA is finally collected, it wasn't even the person they picked out, it's somebody else. That needs to be changed. This is why we need to do more to work together to say, okay, it's possible that I did get this confession falsely, and if I did get this confession falsely, I'm going to give this client the way and the opportunity to prove their innocence, to prove that they did not do it. I think this needs to be happening. So that is my goal for 2019, that I really want to see change. I want to see a better system. I'm just so sick and tired of innocent people that's in jail. And all because the cop and the judge and the lawyer and the prosecutor, which is the lawyer in that case, or nobody wants to admit that they are wrong. Nobody. So instead of admit they're wrong, they rather sleep at night, live their good life knowing someone innocent is in jail. And then even on top of that, even when it's finally proven that they was wrong, some of these prosecutors and some of these cops and some of these detectives, some of these judges still don't want to admit they're wrong. They still be like, no, I know I'm 1,000,000%. Even though DNA is saying, hello, this person didn't do it, they still want to say they did it. Or because you just don't want to admit that you was wrong or you had tunnel vision. That's sad. I just want to see the system change and do better, because I'm tired of seeing innocent people's life ruined because of the cops and detectives and judges and prosecutors. So I hope that 2019 will be so much better, and I hope that we don't wait until it affects us to stand up. And we need to have so much compassion for each other that we don't wait for it to affect someone that we love to say, okay, now we want to fight for this cause. We fight for this cause now, because one day just the fact that one day it could be someone we love. Just because it's not somebody we love does not mean we can't still have compassion. Let's all fight together to change this. Because it's not fair that people's lives are ruined, or because nobody don't want to admit their wrongs. So I just wanted to speak on that. I don't want to keep this video long. So that is my goal for 2019, that the system change in that area. That's the first area. That everybody will learn from their mistakes and check better for false confessions and false ID, false testimonies. Let's hopefully this change so there can be no more innocent people in jail. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, when God wakes you up, He still has a plan for your life.